So last night, Donald Trump, and I'm gonna minimize it like this so we don't get hit, so UFC doesn't hit me with copyright and stuff like that. And I'll have to pause it. We'll have to mute some things. It's okay. It's okay. But last night, Donald Trump stole the show at UFC 302, as he always does. Some of you guys might not even be big UFC fans, might not have tuned into many UFC events. I don't know how, if you're on X, you haven't, and you're a Donald Trump fan, how have you haven't seen a walkout of his? Because every time he walks out, it is electrifying in the arena, and it's all over the internet. You got everyone, people that don't even watch sports, people that just cover politics, right? People that don't really pay attention to sports, let alone UFC and MMA and cage fighting, right? They're retweeting this stuff because it's pretty crazy. Watch this. So you got Theo Vaughn, by the way. Shout out to Theo Vaughn, shaking Trump's hands. Trump always walks out. And Theo, I don't know how Theo Vaughn's got himself into this mix, but he's always one of these people up here shaking Trump's hand before he walks out. I don't know what's going on there, but good for him, right? So yeah, as I was saying, Trump is electrifying when he walks out. Listen to the crowd. Just listen to it. Master and Rumble. Head of baby. Head of baby. This man was just convicted of 34, unjustly, by the way, convicted of 34 felonies. And just a few days later, he's walking out with Dana White, UFC 302, big event in New Jersey. And if you think the crowd has turned on this man, you are mistaken. Here it is. Listen.
Donald Trump is in the building, and the former president getting a...
You hear that? You hear that? Now we got to pause a little bit so UFC doesn't hit me. But listen, right as he walks out, and the fans can actually see him. I mean, that place is rocking. You got, the F Joe Biden's going. You've got a lot of stuff. Let's go. Brandon's out there. The crowd starts bursting into chants and whatnot. But I mean, as you can see, look at this. Look at this man. Look at him. Loves him. Crowd loves him. Now, one of my friends did point out, he goes, he just looks a little tired. Well, yeah, man, he just sat through a 6-week trial. I'm sure he's eager to get back on the campaign trail, and he's been busy doing stuff, and now he's showing up to a UFC event. By the way, like I said, this is past 10 o'clock at night right now, East Coast time. You know the current president isn't up. He ain't up at this time. So the fact that this man can come out, do this after having a very busy day, and he stays there past 1 o'clock, past the main event. I mean, for almost 80-year-old man, I don't know how many 80-year-olds could go out there and do this. Look at this. Listen. Look at that.
Well, you had it sneaking.
Look at that. And then everyone giving Aaron Rodgers flack right here for not shaking Trump's hand. Listen, they ended up shaking hands later. There's photos of it. We're going to get into all of that. But, man, this crowd. Listen to this crowd.
He is a rabid mixed martial arts fan. I kind of feel like he's betting on these fights when he's not actually here.
Look at that. Look at that. Accusing Trump of betting on these fights. That's great. Love it, love it, love it. There's John Anik shaking his hand. Joe Rogan. Look at that. Rogan even shaking the president's hand. Look at that. Look at that smile on his face, dude. He's like, come on, man. Save us. In a couple months, let's hope we get you back in there. Let's do it. Electrifying. Electrifying. But yeah, so that's UFC 302. Trump steals the show, of course. A lot of things came from the